very few live streams scare me, and this one does. Thankfully, I'm not hosting it. One More Way Dave came up with this, so without further ado, I'm going to pass over to Dave, and he can explain our flight routes and flight plan. Off you go, Dave.
I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. So I've based it in the south of England because it's relatively flat. Gets progressively harder as the flight goes on, or at least that's the plan. But yeah, I've tried to keep it simple because I know not everybody's up to speed with helicopters, so fingers crossed we all have a laugh and enjoy ourselves.
Sure.
Thanks, Dave.
And before we set off, do people want to introduce themselves? If you would like, we can start at the top. Susie, it's going to be you first.
Okay, hello, this is my second stream and I'm looking forward to crashing my helicopter.
We all are. Big Hughes muted, that's okay. Blue Boy?
I'm here, yep. Belfast, Northern Ireland. Hello to everyone. Thank you for taking part. Brilliant.
Fantastic. Brenz, are you? Yeah, you are.
Hey guys, how you doing? I don't have push to talk, so I'll just stay on mute. But yeah, second stream, and let's have some.
And Captain Bill. Welcome back, Curious P.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me here again, and thanks for doing this.
Dan Lance?
Dan, as you might have guessed, from sunny Yorkshire and towards the north of England.
Perfect. I'm James Huddiston, of course. The south coast of England, very, very hot day, but loving it. Giuliano. Fantastic. Moose P.
Yeah, I'm here in New England, Connecticut, where it's 50 degrees and overcast, like real England would be, I guess.
50 degrees. Oh, I'm where we think it's bad. Ninja.
Ninja. I'm from Manchester area, north of England. My name's Chris.
Fantastic. Red Ruff. You might need to turn your volume up a wee bit there, your input volume up, Red Ruff. We just about heard you there.
A lot more.
Rosson.
Hello, I'm Sean from the Midlands, UK. Enjoying it. Hopefully I won't crash the helicopter.
And Sarge.
Sarge here from Ohio. I'm excited about crashing today. It's gonna be fun.
We all are. Soapy.
Soapy David Watson from Portsmouth. In case you're wondering, Watsons in the Royal Navy are called Soapy.
Wonder why. Walker.
Hi, it's Peter from London. Hopefully using this flight to get me home.
Tango.
Tango Tio from the Netherlands. Really looking forward to yet another flight with you guys. It's going to be fun.
Tony Dark.
Hello there, Tony from East Yorkshire in England. Hello.
Wingman.
Hello, Wingman from Missouri in the United States. Glad to be here with you guys. Hope I don't crash.
Quite a lot of us, and down to Dave, One More Way.
And last but not least, I'm Dave, based in the south of England, where this flight's taking place. And if I do crash, it'll only to make everybody else feel better.
All right, that's real social.
Get your written.
Just a few people in the chat there.
The excuse is in there, yeah.
Good afternoon, all from Joseph Jolly, GA Ben. Wait a minute, bud. Okay, well, wait a minute. Tintin, hello. And Pilot, great YouTuber in himself there, Pilot0083. Happy flying, everyone. Glad to see new people coming together, always for the love of flight. And happy group flight, Huddison. Thanks, Pilot. Hope to see you soon in one.
James, you got a minute?
Yes.
You're showing up as a Piper.
I'm in a Cadbury.
Yeah, you got the default skin.
Yeah, well, there's only one skin for the Cabri. Oh dear. Well,
You better leave, James. Bye.
at least on my screen it's showing up as a Cabri. So
Someone else is in the piper as well.
Yeah, some other ones going along here.
I guess it's just an oddity of helicopters, I'm afraid. We're going to have to put up with it. But I am
Probably
the
a number
Cabri,
limit.
honest. Right, my friend David, over to you, my friend.
So, currently at Bristol, we're going to head down to Yeovilton, which is a heading of around about 172, 173 degrees. So, ready whenever anyone else is.
Nope.
Ready to go.
I don't have a flight plan, so I'm going to follow one of you chaps here.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I put my flight plan in and then had to do something and it's disappeared again, so I'll just follow.
My plan was first heading is like 85, something like that.
No, but 180, I think.
All right.
173 is what I've got down. But...
Yeah, roughly.
Weird.
175-ish.
If you're in the G2, you can put the map on with the route if you've got it.
Yeah, 175. My apologies.
Probably a lot of you realise, but if you put the heads up in the cockpits on, that does help. It gives you your trim and goodness knows what.
Serious audio problems.
Oh dear.
I have audio problems as well. Yeah.
Yeah, too much choppers. Yes.
Bear with me, guys, at home. I'm just having to change my profile in my flight stick. Make sure I've got the
Reminds
right
me
one.
at the DC3 thing.
That's what I'm going to have to do as well.
Yeah, Tango, yep, I'm exactly the same. Yep.
Crackling.
Yep.
Yeah. Confirm.
It does happen in helicopters, I'm afraid. I can hear it now myself.
I had it on and off at the airfield. As soon as you get away from the other choppers, it would fix it. But now, nothing.
It happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
I forget what helicopter flight was on. It was exactly the same.
It was Mark's, I think. Yeah, Mark had it.
That's right. Yeah.
Ah, well, we should be okay. It's not too bad.
At least I can see the blades.
You know, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I see choppers and the blades are turning, so that's an improvement at least.
Yeah, please do, Pilot. Come and join us very soon. Pilot's saying now he's got a team who wants to come and join us. That would be fantastic. TPHI in the chat there. Hello, everyone. Just watching this one, as he's got a horror of flying helicopters. Or he's horrible at flying helicopters.
Aren't we all?
If you want to see how not to fly a helicopter, watch me.
And me.
I'm Spartacus.
Hey, Subs, I'm following
Spartacus. I'm Spartacus, and so is my wife.
Are you all not going in the wrong direction?
Yes.
Yes,
I
they
don't know.
are.
I'm following Super. He seems to know where he's going. Anybody got a map?
I'm following the white line on the map, which I'm on a heading of
Heading 175.
175-ish.
Okay.
I've got on my heads up display. It says 173, but I think we've got a little bit of wind from the east because that seems to be.
Yeah, the
correct.
compass
I
is
think-
south pointing on your compass.
My
Yeah.
helicopter sounds like a lawnmower. Yeah.
I'm flying at an altitude of 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and 700 feet, roughly.
At the same time. All right.
Wow.
Dan Lance is low and fast.
Yeah. Follow him there. He knows where he's going.
Well, if I put my route in right, that is, but you know.
Susie, how you doing?
I'm still in the air. I'm not too bad.
All right,
good,
all
good.
right. So far, so
Yeah.
good, eh?
Look, fucking done yet.
I'm showing 16 miles off first waypoint. So.
Where's you done?
Where's Tunesy tonight?
Chumsy's got internet problems, unfortunately, so he won't be joining us. You never know, it might clear up just in time for him to join us on one of the legs.
Oh, good.
Are we landing at the first waypoint?
What land's here?
I'm sorry, you say we will land here?
Will we?
We hope.
Well, we will make contact with the ground somehow.
Any contact with the
Remember,
ground is a landing.
the flying's not the problem. The landing is.
Spinny bit pointed upwards, that would help.
Does it matter how many times you make contact with the ground? I mean, like, I'm talking once, twice, maybe three times?
As long as you can use the chopper again, it's a good landing.
There's nothing wrong with that, Dave. If you actually crash upside down, the spinny thing's above you.
It's on spinning, yeah.
Yeah. Can we have another reference point, please?
Oh yeah, never use the ejection seat.
Blue side up.
Blue side up, yeah. That's good.
Soapy might possibly be able to tell us a bit more about where we're heading to. So the first stop's Yeovilton.
Yeovilton.
Yeah. So that's the airbase of the Royal Navy. Used to be HMS Heron, or might still be HMS Heron.
Yeah.
It's one of two naval air bases, the other one being Culdrose. It's home to Wildcats, Merlins, and the land was originally owned by the Church of England, but
God
was
bless
commandeered by the Admiralty in 1939. And the runways completed in 1941. Don't know when the rest of it was completed, but I think the runways were in place before anything else.
Wow.
Nothing to add.
I think I might have dropped something off in the chimney there as I went past. So it's rather close.
Yeah, I'm right behind you, and it was close. Watch for the pylon.
There is a comfort break later.
I'm not just supposed to aim out the window, but
Spotted a bridge, but nah, that's way too low.
– 9.5 miles. I'm saying.
So it's EGDY, isn't it, Dave? First stop.
Golf Dirty Yankee, that's the one. Yep.
Does sound like I'm listening to Airwolf on a 1970s radio.
Gotta say, the further I get away from the pack, the less crackling I have. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting any at all here.
Still a little bit.
Nigel in the chat there, just getting into Microsoft Flight Sim, so I've just bought the Hotas T Flight 1. to get started, but helicopters look really difficult to fly. The Holtas one is a great stick for helicopters, I find.
Yeah, using it now.
Yeah. Same.
Same here, I've got the Hotel one as well, and I've just configured it, and it seems to be okay.
No, you have to configure it for choppers. I mean, otherwise you will get all sorts of problems.
Yeah. But it's got a good
It's
run
mainly
assist.
deleting all the old things that were put in there for, well, normal planes, you know? So,
Yeah, I'm using the
like trim and flaps, and you gotta remove all those settings and make them exclusively for helicopters, and you have no problems at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put
get
things
the
like
trim on them.
longitudinal, was it longitudinal rotor trim, that type of thing?
And lateral.
Did you do a video about that, Hudson?
Sorry, did someone ask me a question there?
Yeah, I think you did a video about that, eh? The
I
settings
did do a
especially for
video about
choppers.
that, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Yep.
Hey Susie, what do you use for your down trim on the Hotas?
It's just the A and B button, just similar to what was on the video where Hudson.
Yeah, okay.
I've mapped all the trim to the hat switch.
Oh, that's handy.
It does mean that I can't look around free cam. But
oh, that's less.
Well, the way I've done it is my B1 and B2 is my down trim and up trim. The spray button is get me back to normal, and my hat switch is quick view, which I find very handy if I'm looking for somewhere to land.
I don't know. Well, if it works for you, it's good, you know. It's
you know, everybody's different, I think. You know.
Yeah, it's well, you get used to as well.
Yeah.
I'm using the trim wheel on the Velocity 1 flight stick. That's pretty good, and I also use the click underneath the trim wheel to reset the trim when I'm coming into land.
Interesting. I'm using the Velocity.
Good idea, yeah.
Interesting. I'm not using a trim wheel. I'm using buttons for trim, but
right. It's okay. The only problem is when you get a little bit when you get a little bit excited, as one tends to, and you click the reset trim at the wrong time, which is very exciting because it heads for the sky.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what you're talking about.
I don't believe you.
It's very exciting to have such a powerful joystick in your hand, isn't it, Soapy?
Yeah, it's experienced with.
Just to clarify, James, the reason that people in the Navy have called they're called Soapy is because there was a ship chandler in Portsmouth whose main product was hard-tack soap that he sold to the Admiralty, and so all Watsons henceforth were called Soapy.
Soapies.
Hey David.
Yeah.
David. My mom was asking why you're called Soapy.
Well, tell her.
Yeah.
You can tell her now.
Yeah.
You can tell it's got nothing to do with a barrel with a hole in.
Have you never heard of Soapy the Sailor?
Yeah.
I didn't know myself, so that's interesting, yeah.
It looks like Tango's going in for a landing. Are you landing,
I'm
Tango?
lost.
Well, got the runway inside.
Nice.
First one. If we try and
fallen behind.
let's see if we manage to land on the wrong.
Lost.
You can cruise at like 120.
Landing on the grass then.
That's the problem with choppers. Too much choice where to land.
Yeah, too much choice.
I think, Tango, you might be in the wrong place there.
Place as well, I'm lost.
Just where I am, if you can see me in the downlands. So here goes nothing up. This is the difficult part, isn't it?
I overflew it.
Easy to do.
So for viewers at home, I'm just keeping an eye on my trim at the bottom right there so I can see if I get that back to 0, it should be in good stead.
So I'm somewhere near runway 22. So, which is what it says. That's what it says in the briefing notes. Anyway, so
We can get as close to runway 22 as we can, just to see how we get on.
Yeah.
On the numbers.
There's one later on where we'll have to be pretty precise. So.
Oh dear. That's going to be fun with 22 of us.
Yeah.
The sound there is going to be great, isn't it? When you've literally got 20 odd of us all in a on a helipad. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Going okay so far, I'm surprised.
It's early days yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the closer I get to you guys, the more the crackling starts.
That's the best I can do, guys. Oh, bang. There we go.
Come on.
Try flying with the gamepad, but it's way too difficult. Gamepad, oh yeah, I can imagine. Wouldn't fancy the gamepad. Is any, what are people using as controls? I'm using the Velocity 1 flight stick, and I think, Selfie, are you using that?
Correct, yeah.
What are other people using?
Wingman using Velocity 1.
Thrustmaster.
I'm using a Hotas.
Thrustmaster, Airbus.
Thrustmaster T1600 Hotas.
Nice.
Hotas Thrustmaster.
Hotas 1.
Yeah. Hey Dan, you're using the Hotas 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I fly the yoke normally, but I'm not going to try flying helicopters with the yoke.
Okay.
I'm also using the HS1 at the moment, but I actually haven't watched any of the videos, so I don't know how all this trim works, so I might just be a little bit behind.
Wait.
I'm way behind as usual, so don't worry.
You're beside me. Who's that? Say again.
People are still coming in, I think. Yeah, people are still coming in. So we'll just go and watch them.
Got some couple of wallabies landing.
Oof.
It didn't hurt a bit.
It hurted watching it.
So we got Lucky B coming in. I wonder what the B stands for there. It's been a few other flights. Ninja coming in, Blue Boy.
That's entrapment, James.
Way behind at the moment, please. I'll be waiting a good 10 minutes.
Wow. Good fast landing here from Lucky 864. 86.
I think Tango Field's beside me. I'm not sure. I'm well lit. Sorry guys.
So everybody, Ninja, have you landed?
No, no, I'm way behind you lot.
Oh, okay.
Lift off troubles, and then for some reason my controller wasn't working. Off.
Oh dear. Duros, nice landing. You're not talking about my landings, surely. So you're coming down there, Ninja? So I think
Someone beside me. I'm not sure who it is.
I think, Dave, we can carry on to the next waypoint there.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've got a very short hop now. So round about 188 degrees, I think. 180, 188 thereabouts. And we're heading to the place that Yeovilton gets its name from originally, which is Yeovil.
Yay.
I'm ready, hurry.
Yeah, I can see Alan, UK there, isn't he? He looks like he's in a Piper, but I can see it's a Cadbury on the... It looks like a sort of default aircraft. Very strange. Has anybody been having altimeter issues recently with the sim?
Yeah, keeping it still.
I mean, having to reset it. I'm having to constantly reset it with every flight now.
No, I haven't had that.
I can see you all lifting off. Still 7 kilometres behind you.
7? Oh, we didn't realise. I thought you were closer than that, Ninja.
No, no.
Hey guys.
It's quite an amusing sight, actually. All these little white lights buzzing away, like those lightning bugs, whatever they're called.
Hi there. A bit late to the party. I was wondering where you are, guys.
We've just left EGDY, Echo Golf Delta Yankee.
We're about to get to EGHG there.
What sort of part of the country is that?
Somerset.
Somerset.
Where the cider apples grow.
Oh, we love the old cider.
Cider country.
It is.
I love my cider.
Yeah, chew straw and drink cider. Yeah.
Wow, I saw Huddison's landing after a couple of ciders. Oof.
Hey, it was okay. Yes,
mate, you own that airport. You can land however way you want.
So Dave, is this Yeovil we're flying over now then?
So this is Yeovil, yeah. The airfield that we're landing at, Echo Golf Hotel Golf, is actually owned by Westland, the helicopter company, who are based in Yeovil. It's now Augusta Westland, founded in 1915, constructing seaplanes. They originally shipped out in crates, but they realised that was a really inefficient way of doing things. So they bought up some land, made a sort of makeshift runway, You can see it's still a grass runway, so nothing fancy here. And then started flying them out wherever they needed to go to.
Interesting. I was right next to
Are you from that way, Dave?
My family currently live in Yeovil. I'm from Dorset, so yeah, we're heading down to my neck of the woods. Yeah.
Oh, Dorset is beautiful wherever you go, and the rain in the summertime makes the wurzel bush grow. And often,
keep it up,
etc., etc.
Keep it up.
And there's nothing like your true love on an emerald butt and near the sweet nightingale. Now Sarah's my sweetheart, and I love her so. She's as big as an haystack and 40 years old. And sometimes do laugh at I, and oft times do scoff, 'cause I have to leave a chalk mark to show where I left off.
Fantastic. Well done.
More later, perhaps.
Decent, bro. Well, is that a shanty or something, or?
No, that's from, and in fact that was the Yetis, which were a folk group who used to sing those sorts of songs. They were from Somerset.
Oh, pucker.
From Yeovil, and the football team's named after him as well. People from Yeovil are known as glovers, mainly because they make gloves, or Yeovil is famous for its gloves that used to be made here. Hampshire hogs, and it's quite relevant to the next place we're heading off to. People from Dorset, Dorset knobs.
Oh dear.
Really?
Oh well.
Isn't that to do with bread?
Each to their own. They're biscuits.
It isn't. Yes, exactly. It is a little crusty loaf.
Yeah, knob.
Yeah, there's nothing rude about it whatsoever.
Absolutely. Very tasty too.
Unless it's a doorknob.
Well, just wait until we get to the next waypoint, and then you'll see.
Rachel Plays, you star. Thank you for the donation there. Come and make some music for me in my intros.
I understand that there's a cheese company in trouble because they're not depicting the Sir Man the way they should do.
No, they've
He's got a figure leaf or something on.
They've completely removed it.
So he's been emasculated then.
He certainly has, yeah, and they're not happy about it.
Sign of the times. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's the next waypoint? I got left behind and I'm starting over again.
Oh.
So next waypoint, we're heading off to a place called Cerne Abbas. Its bearing is approximately about 130 degrees or thereabouts.
Hold on, chaps. We can wait for him here. We're at Echo Golf Hotel Golf.
Yeah.
Echo Golf Hotel Golf.
I've planned in loads of time for people to get from one place to another, because I know helicopters aren't exactly the easiest things to fly, so I have allowed extra time for landings and whatnot.
Yeah. If you've not done it, chaps, already turn your crash damage off. Don't risk it.
As if I would do such a thing.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Oh no.
Yeah, Rachel, thanks again. Yeah, please do. Please do. I'd love a bit of music. That would be great. Always afraid of using music in intros. You never know if it's going to get copyrighted.
It's fascinating to hear fascinating to know the other end of that conversation, James.
Well, Rachel Plays. She basically, I think you live in New Zealand, don't you, Rachel? So when I did New Zealand live stream, she joined us.
Yeah.
She's she's actually part of the Discord as well, but she's going to surprise me with a bit of music, intro music, hopefully.
Oh, right, really?
Kiwi music, Maori music.
Go and watch
Hey,
her
guys.
already. She's a mean guitarist. Very, very
Wonderful.
talented.
Okay.
Can you give me the airport code again, please? The new one, which we're going to.
It's Echo Golf.
So the one we're at, yeah, the one we're at is Echo Golf Hotel Golf. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. You go ahead, mate.
Hotel Golf.
Yeah.
You want North Europe, sir?
Who's that just gone backwards in front of me?
That's me.
On one skid. That's very clever flying.
Full speed to catch while looking at him. As soon as I landed, it was like, I thought I'd do a handbrake turn.
Yeovil. So that's sort of like, is it in between the A30 and the A38? Is it one of those sort of places?
It's around. Yeah, it's around there. Yeah.
By the way, who's this Rachel? Anyway, I'm interested. What's the website?
She's in the... Rachel, if you can link your YouTube channel, please. If you're allowed. I think you're allowed to. Yeah, it'll be in the chat.
Yep. I love a bit of acoustic guitar.
Oh, she plays kind of like Iron Maiden, like heavy metal guitar as well. It's quite interesting.
That'll do as well.
Yes, you won't be using the flamenco guitar for that.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yes.
Not fly to the bumblebee then.
Side of the Cabri.
I believe I can fly.
Who stuck that arrow in my head?
You know what, chaps? You have reminded me of something. I can't resist this. Just a second. Sorry, carry on for a second.
Go for it, James. Go for it.
I don't think we're doing anything, are we?
I think I'm at the wrong end of the runway.
I spy something beginning with H.
Helicopter.
No. Houses.
Hospital.
Houses.
David, my friend, this is for you. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, bloody thing. Back in a second, hang on.
Who's in the twin engine?
Everyone's in the Cabri, yeah?
Yeah, it's easy, that one.
That's yeah.
There's a few of us in the bell as well.
There you go, Dave. Had to do it.
Oh, he's got a plane out. Hello.
That's enough.
Can't hardly hear it, Titus.
It's my theme tune.
Recorder.
I can't play too much with the gun.
Didn't hear anything.
Copyrighted.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, I should have thought about that before the stream. Never mind. I'll play it in the Discord later. What do you know of music is your favourite? I can make anything from disco to rock. I'll be original. You can't share links. Okay, Rachel, I'll put your website myself in the chat. I guess acoustic classical would be great.
Some Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Something inspired by Airwolf.
Oh, beautiful, yeah. Get
By the
there.
one points.
James.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you play the intro music?
Do I play the intro?
Your video? No, for your videos.
No, it's by someone
I've seen
called
the keyboard, you know.
I can probably play it. I've not yet. I've not tried yet.
I've often wondered that.
No, it's copyright-free music, but you got buggers out there who will just try and copyright anything, and YouTube don't look into it properly, and before you know it, the whole playlist of live streams are copyrighted. So I'm always a bit worried about that.
Okay.
Well, I play guitar and drums, so if you need a little backing track, I'll give it for you, for free.
I play guitar, bass, and banjo.
Oh, and banjo, oh, you beauty.
I think it's safety, Rachel. I'll chat to you later.
I'll play the tambourine and sack at the back.
Okay, Susie, what'd you say?
I'll bring my tambourine and I'll be at the back.
Okay.
All right. I'll bring my
Get the
triangle.
old triangle out. Yeah,
Yeah,
triangle.
get the triangle.
Tambourine is very underrated instrument.
Absolutely. You go
Triangle's underestimated, you know that.
Who's going to ride with the guitar?
You go in front, Susan.
Well,
You go in front.
I can play the saxophone very, very badly.
Wow.
Elementary. My dear, no, never mind.
Right, there you go, chaps. Rachel's channel's linked in the YouTube chat there, so you can all go and peruse. Dave, my friend, are we all here now?
Reckon so.
Yep. Shall we get going?
Okay, yep. So we're going to head off on a bearing of approximately, I think it's about 137-ish.
All right.
And when we get to where we're going, we're just going to try and hover.
Oh yes. I promise you, I did a beautiful
train test.
a beautiful hover in front of the man in question, with everything trimmed out, and I had my hands off, my feet off, and everything. It's the only time I've ever done that.
You pressed the P button, did you?
No, I didn't. What does the what does the P button do? I need to know that.
Oh, it's very important button.
The P button. I shall have to investigate that.
Almost as important as the Y key.
Oh yeah, and also
It's only in Y key.
And also the key I discovered the other day, courtesy of Sean, the one beneath escape. I don't know what they call that key, a composite thing it is, which just throws you back up into the air at 1,500 feet, which is very useful.
Really? Didn't know
that. I didn't know that.
Just under the key under escape.
Yeah.
Right.
If you hit that, and when you've hit the ground, then that'll throw you up in the air at 1,500 feet.
What clever trick!
All right.
It's like the slew, but it's only it just throws you straight up in the air, 1,500 feet up, flying.
Give it a go, Soap.
It's a good one to keep in mind. Yeah, I'll keep out my mind for myself.
What now?
Yeah, go on.
Escape here.
I'm not sure what happens in the air.
I'm at 500 feet now. Here we go. Nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing. I think it's when you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, have a go. It's very good, very useful.
I think you can repeat press it and end up in space.
Not with this many helicopters around. Can anyone hear the tumbleweed?
People concentrating.
People go.
Absolutely.
What? Just tell me what your minus trim is. I'm up to 65. Minus 65 trim.
I'm on about 50 trim at the moment, minus 50.
Oh, that's okay.
I think it's
Well,
a
not
funny
too bad then.
Perhaps, Dave, you can explain that.
But
It
then
doesn't always do with trim, does it?
Is that why I'm going so slow? I was on minus 15.
Yeah, but if the less...
Where
you cut back on the trim...
Where do you
go
see
faster.
that?
Think about it, chaps. The way you've got to get your disc tilted forward. You can do that one, and you've got to push forward with the disc, and that will create forward impulsion to the limit of, obviously you run out of lift after a while if you keep doing that. So you start losing height after a while. So what you do if you when you take off, it's actually quite good to hover just off the ground in ground effect, and then just put your stick forward, because the Heli will stay there in ground effect quite stable. And if you push forward, you don't need to do anything else, any collective or anything. The translational lift, which is the aircraft going forward, that's like the wing going through the air faster. That gets more lift, more lift, more lift, and without any more power, you can speed right up, but then you need to hold your stick forward to keep the disc pointing forward, obviously. So you trim that out. That's why you use the trim so much.
It's gone right off my head, that Soapy, but it sounded impressive.
It's
actually the way to go.
Lean forwards to go forwards, trim it out so you don't have to hold the stick.
Correct.
You don't have to hold the stick quite as much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Soapy, do you
Need a
know,
little steering.
when I put all my power in,
my
engine speed goes down. But as soon as I bring it back a touch, it speeds up again.
Yeah.
If you're
it's not
moving
power.
forward, and you go onto full collective, it feels as if you're losing power, because it's trying to push you forward and lift you, and it can't do both at the same time efficiently. So one has to overrule the other.
Yeah, you max the
Obviously, when I pull back a little bit, that's why the engine speed.
Yeah,
picks
so you
up.
kind of ease up on your speed, and you'll go up. If you push down on the stick, you'll go down, but you'll go faster. And it's that kind of happy medium. It's that happy medium. You kind of have to jiggle it.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing 135 now.
Yeah. You must be descending then.
A little bit.
Trying to the top speed in the Camry is 100 knots.
Straight and level, about 100.
You push it, you will go down.
Have I gone past the waypoint? I've sort of lost where I am.
Yeah, we're not far off.
Yeah. Because I've got 118 now, up now as an angle, which is...
Who am I following here? Tell me, are you in the right place there, my friend? I'm following.
I'm
you,
almost
Sean.
there, so I'll get to where it needs to be. And
okay, is that Dave? Yeah.
Dave, by the way, the scenery is beautiful. On the Xbox,
yes,
it's beautiful. Yeah,
it's lovely, isn't it?
Dorset is beautiful. Said so.
It is. It is. It's very green.
Yeah. So I admire it more because you're in a helicopter. It's sort of, you're not just shooting over it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
The best thing is in the summer when everybody comes down to Dorset on holiday, because we live here, we go somewhere else. So the traffic is backed up for miles coming into Dorset. Heading out is easy.
It's lovely. Yeah, I love it. That's what I do as well, bro. I leave London when everyone wants to come in.
I'm there now. Found myself.
There's the man on the hill.
Yeah, that's what we're heading for.
Yeah.
When those Dorset roads get backed up, man, it's the A35, isn't it?
Yeah, A35, yeah.
Yeah, that gets absolutely destroyed.
Oh.
Are we landing at the waypoint?
No, if we just hover.
Or you can put a chopper on the chopper.
See a guy with a big club in the field.
Well, yeah, now that's what I was... You've stolen my line there, Theo. So, I'll wait until a few more people get here.
Interesting. Okay.
But, yeah, this is...
Very special crop circle.
This is Cern Abbas.
Abbas.
And it's quite a nondescript little village in Dorset, but it is famous for a very massive chalk carving.
Man with the phallus.
Which,
obviously a guy.
Well, you can see that on the side of the hill. On the side of the hill, there's a man, and as you can see, he's got a massive club in his right hand. I'm not going to mention anything else. Yeah, I'm not going to mention anything else. But yeah, he's cut out from the cut out from the turf because Dorset is very chalky, so it's revealed to chalk underneath. It's owned by the National Trust, so you're not allowed on the land. You're not allowed to walk over it or visit it, although people have.
Just passed.
There's lots of arguments about how old it is. Some people say, "Oh, it's an ancient monument."
He's certainly under 60.
Yeah, well, he was fortunately constructed in the 17th century. But they reckon it probably dates back to about the 10th century when the abbey was first built.
Wow, so that would be William the First Conqueror, wouldn't it, at the time?
Yeah,
just before.
That's quite impressive. Ignoring the obvious, is the fact that it's carved onto a hillside, but when you're actually on the ground, you can't see it properly. And if you just have a quick scan round, there's nowhere nearby where you can get a good view to get the proportions right, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not making a joke there about a certain part of his anatomy, but considering how they've got his legs, his arms, and so on and so forth, like he is in very good proportion. Considering they can't see a kind of
never seen so many cabras. Never. Wow.
A bit like the NASCAR lines in Peru, you can only see them from above. Right?
Yeah.
James, are you in a position to take a picture of all these helicopters hovering in front of this thing?
Well, it'll be on video.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing.
No, you're in the right position. I mean,
I'm in a great position of the chalk figure. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, let's just press that print key button. That'll be good.
Oh, he's been standing proud for many centuries then.
Oh yes, yeah.
So Dave, I missed that. Why does he got a club in his hand? Why is he armed?
Well, originally on his left hand he had a cloak as well. They've done X-rays of the land and so on and so forth, and he had a big cloak in his left hand, or some kind of net. But yeah, no one really knows what he is. People think he might be a fertility symbol.
Why do they think that?
I can't possibly imagine.
An advertisement for very ancient blue pills.
But I can't remember which series it was, but one of the Simpsons new series was advertised with a chalk cutout of Homer Simpson that was superimposed next to Sir Nabis Giant.
Yeah. Lovely.
But people have woken up and like he's had like a massive pair of jeans fashioned to cover him up. All sorts of things. I mean, the poor fella had been abused something chronic over the years.
Yeah. Anybody know? Do you know why he's called CERN? Never mind.
But apparently, he used to have a belly button.
Did he?
Yeah. So the top of his manhood, was the top of the belly button. So
Right.
he's actually standing prouder now than he used to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that could be misconstrued, couldn't it?
Artistic license.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me feel much better.
Well, I mean, it's like your typical bloke, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely 6 inches.
I was buying a light fitting the other day, and I asked the missus, how long is that? Is it 6 inches? She said, I don't know what you think 6 inches is.
I'm quite happy with that, chaps.
Can I ask a question? Have you all landed there or ran over or what are you doing?
No, it's just hovering.
Hovering.
That's alright.
That's okay.
Now I've managed to figure out how to hover.
One skid on the ground and one skid in the air.
There you go.
Cheating somewhat.
You've got somebody in the chat there. DA Ben, said if he's got a net and he's next to a river, I guess it's about catching fish.
Oh,
good point.
Quite possibly, yeah.
So that's a bishop. That's a bishop in his right hand, then.
Well, there is.
is fishing rod.
No, they call it the bishop, don't they? When you cull the fish, when you've caught it, you bang it over the head.
Apparently, there was a bishop in Cern Abbas.
Bishop, yeah.
That everybody hated, and they think possibly that the giant is
a representation.
Is taking the mickey out of him. Yeah.
All right.
Because he was very what's the word? Puritan.
Right.
So they think possibly that was carved into the hillsides just to annoy him every single day.
Put 2 fingers up, so to speak.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I guess that he was the one that wouldn't get in the battle.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Right, David, my friend, onwards and upwards.
Okay, so we're now heading off on heading of about 117, 118 degrees, and we're heading down towards Poole, my neck of the woods.
Rachel's requested that we stop flying over her house. Rachel, you said you were in New Zealand. You're keeping her awake.
So is Poole, is that near Swansea?
Swansea's in Wales. It's near Swanage.
No. Swanage, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Is it near Swanage? Yeah. It's like a ferry ride away or something. Or
yeah, you can get a boat.
It's not an island,
from,
is it?
No, you can get you can get a boat trip from Poole Harbour to I keep wanting to say Swansea now. Swanage.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Swanage New Year's parties. Wow, they're pretty heavy.
When you were asking about the putting the power on and it seemed to slow down, remember in these helicopters, when originally in helicopters you had to actually manage the throttle as well as the collective. These days they've got a governor in place to keep the rotor speed at the right revs. So as you pull up on the collective, imagine that you're increasing the pitch of the blades, which of course slow down or they try to slow down, and that takes more power from the engine because the governor bites against that. So when you're pulling your collective up, yes, you're putting in more power, but the blades are twisting, and like a paddle wheel, there's more resistance.
And if you're in the belt, if you're in the belt, then you do that too much, you'll get klaxon going off. It just means ease off because you're overdoing it.
You're over talking the rotor head. If you look in the Cadbury, you'll see that if you fly at 90% power, you're just below the sort of red line and yellow line, and you'll see that they'll change from time to time. Sometimes you've got a yellow line from 90 to 100, and then a red line from 100 to 100 odd. Well, that's because in my case you've been using too much, pulling up too much collective too often. So it says, hey, slow down a bit while we recover. So you should normally be flying around, when you want to go full speed at 90% power. I'm at 89 at the moment, and that'll give you about 100 knots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm at
16
86, and I'm currently pulling about 86 knots.
Yeah, it's a touch. Well, I touch more. If you got to 90, you can afford to do that. If you go any more than that, then it just limits how much reserve power you've got if there's an emergency.
Did you fly helicopters, Dave?
No, but as a flight deck officer, I used to fly in them a lot.
Okay.
And of course, I used to ask lots and lots of questions. They gave me a go to fly them every now and again. The Lynx was the best fun.
Oh, I bet.
That was a semi-rigid rotor, and that went like stink. But I mean, when they let me fly, you used to see the old, I'm sure I'm my age now, but Dragonfly instructional videos about how to fly a helicopter. And they showed the helicopter doing a dance. It was going from left to right and up and down in an arc as it did so. Well, I found that very easy to do. All you have to do is try and hover over a spot.
It automatically happens.
Automatically, yeah. No effort at all.
Like trying to balance on a beach ball.
Yep.
Very much like patting your head and rubbing your stomach and all that.
Yeah.
While standing on a beach ball.
Yeah.
I am a skilled man. Come on. Dad.
For some reason, the Cadburys, they look like airplanes for me.
How do I get rid of this? I'm on a great flight at the moment. Oh, never mind, they're not going to smother. Mama!
Yes, son.
Sorry, I thought I muted them. I have a habit of muting to talk and unmuting when I, don't want to talk.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you do that though? I mean, I point my remote control at my wife and daughter quite a lot, but it never seems to work.
Oh, it's only myself I can do that. It doesn't work.
You got to double tap the button, man. Double tap.
Double tap. Okay, right. Yeah, like the CIA.
Certainly, man. Mute those. Mute those people, man.
Mute them.
Fantastic to watch this from South Africa. Lovely, Glenda. Glad you can join us.
They've got all these aircraft.
And you don't realise just how green Dorset is.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well kept.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty brown and yellow this year because it's going to be a hot year, I think.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is we get we've got masses and masses of heathland in Dorset, and we get unruly youths with matches in the summer holidays.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's it's a nightmare.
It's like a sun trap, Dorset, isn't it? As well, you get a lot of sun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but those of us that are from the UK, a few years back we had a really bad winter and we had snow pretty much everywhere. And there was a satellite photograph taken of the UK and Ireland, and everything was white, and there was a tiny speck of green, and it was Dorset. Because of the harbour, Poole kind of has its own little microclimate. So we very rarely get snow.
Just change the subject there. We got Susie flying with us, but Glenda, Rachel, come on board. We need a couple more women in the chat. It'll be good to get a good mix if we can. So any women watching this, you're a bit afraid, do come and join us. I'll keep them at bay. Don't worry.
Yeah, just done that. I can see I thoroughly enjoy myself coming on these flights and being with the community. So thank you, everybody.
Bless you, Susie.
It's our pleasure.
Oh, next verse.
More the merrier.
Next verse. One day when Gwendolyn was milking the cow, she pushed and she pulled, but she didn't know how. So old Gertrude turned round to her with a frown. She says, "You hang on tight, love, I'll jump up and down."
Decent, bro.
He never fails, does he? Never.
Sadly not.
Guess what?
Is this are we doing anything at this next waypoint?
So this is just something to talk about. You can see the harbour coming into view now. It's the largest natural harbour in the world, which is often disputed by Sydney in Australia. Now, as far as the area is concerned, Poole is the largest. Usable area, Sydney beats it hands down. Because a lot of Poole Harbour, if you know where you're going, you can walk from one side of it to the other. It's that shallow. There's loads of islands in the harbour. Most famous one is Brownsea Island.
Yeah.
And that's the original home of the Boy Scouts. It's founded by Lord Baden-Powell, and there's a statue of him on Poole Quay, looking out across the water to the island. And that's where he set up the first Boy Scout camp. There's a castle at the entrance to the harbour. It's a very shallow, or it's a very narrow entrance to the harbour. And there's a castle that's been built on Brownsea Island, facing the entrance, and that was Henry VIII. The island itself served as a decoy in World War II, because obviously being one of the main harbours on the south coast, they didn't want Poole to be bombed, so they set off absolutely massive flares on the west side of the island. As a result, about 1,000 tons of bombs were dropped by the Luftwaffe on Brownsea.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, completely annihilated
Wow.
a tiny little village that was there, although it had obviously been evacuated because they were expecting it to be bombed. Poole was barely touched in the bombing, and neighbouring Bournemouth, so it did its job. And then at the entrance to the harbour, so yeah, you can just see Brownsea Island. It's the large island. Just before the entrance, you can probably just see a gap in the land
Oh yeah.
So the
Where I am.
the right hand side of that is Studland, which is a naturist beach. And the left hand side is Sandbanks.
Yeah.
And Sandbanks is one of the most expensive places in the world to live. God knows why.
Because it's
traffic
Sandbanks.
access. Well, yeah, but the traffic access is awful in the
Not
summer.
great.
Because everybody's trying to get to the beach.
Yeah.
So anyone that lives there can't get out.
Is that where
can't get
Red
back home
Dublin?
again. He used to live there. Yeah,
It's
he's
mainly old people that live there, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's moved. He's well. I mean, it's Millionaire Row, really. But anyone with any sense lives a bit further inland because there's much nicer properties that aren't on the little spit of land, which are accessible all year round, and you're still within walking distance of the beach. So it's not as if it's. Yeah, I mean, it's bonkers.
You can't really go any deeper south. For the hot weather.
No.
That's it. So.
No.
Yeah.
But the best thing about Sandbanks is it's got the best sausage and chips ever. Yeah, there's fantastic
They
chips.
do sausage in batter, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want it
They do it
battered, you can have
battered.
it battered. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have it battered. I mean, go that extra 10p for the batter.
You know,
It's
this is
so funny. I had to restart and I'm watching this in the world map. It's crazy. All the green aircraft are heading towards Sandbanks. That's crazy. I haven't joined yet. So.
Is the castle modelled, Dave?
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's on the island. Oh, so the island.
So on the island. So on the island you can see.
There's a building towards the seaward side.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Right.
It's not really a castle. I mean, it's not what I would class as a castle. It's more of a posh house.
Right.
Like a state home type castle.
Yeah. It was quite generic on there.
Yeah.
Looks like a block of flats, probably.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look.
It does look like a crenellated block of flats. Looking at it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
So Dave, nobody's asking, but is the nudist beat modelled in this?
Yeah, let's go.
Where do we land?
Probably more realistically than Sir Nabbis man.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say you can walk from Studland all the way along the south coast, but you have to go along the beach. But really, you don't want to. Believe me. Take it from someone who's done the walk. You really don't want to see it.
Yeah, not pretty.
No.
What the bodies or the what? The sausages?
Yeah. I mean the landscape. The landscape.
Too many
is lovely,
sausages.
And as I say,
only batter.
The Sandbank side, they do a fantastic sausage, but I don't know what you get on the other side.
You don't want to eat the baked sausages on the other side.
Naughty.
You went to quiet for a while.
Sausage roll. I do love a sausage roll.
As and when you're ready, if we turn to about 41 degrees, and we're heading off to Bournemouth Airport.
Bournemouth Airport. Bournemouth Airport. Second only to Luton.
By the way, people at home, this is live weather, and it's incredible. Not a cloud in the sky.
It's been like this all over the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Too hot in the garden this afternoon. Well, for me anyway.
At my top of the head.
What's it like in Scotland, Susie?
exactly the same. I've been out in the garden most of the day and all weekend, so it's been fantastic.
Excellent.
Oh.
I saw on Twitter that the midges are out in force.
Scottish machines is something special, I tell you.
Yeah, anybody from overseas, you get mosquitoes, we get midges, which are nasty little blighters in their own way.
Oh.
Everywhere.
Man
Yeah,
alive,
English midges are bad enough, but I tell you, the Scottish ones, they're something else.
They're on steroids.
They've got the ump, have they?
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, they were brought up on iron brew.
Yep, well, we took the tent out one year, and then the whole time, because I put the tent up late at night, I was attacked with them constantly, and my whole body had it covered.
Yeah, yeah. We stayed in Ullapool, 2004, I think it was. It was a really, really hot summer. And yeah, they were just out in force. It's just crazy.
Watched the thing earlier, actually, on the summer of '76. Does anyone remember that?
I'm not quite.
Oh yes.
In which
oh yes, I remember it well.
The summer in '76 in England was a beast. It was a beast of a heat.
Yeah.
Is that when we had the, is that when they had the ladybird outbreak?
Oh, we had that every year, didn't we?
There was one point when there was absolutely just over everything.
I mean, are they ladybirds or are they ladybugs? What do you call them?
Ladybirds.
I call them ladybirds.
Call them ladybugs.
Yeah, I remember last year in London we got to 45, 46. We had fires in local parks and goodness knows what. So it was savage in London last year.
Savage.
How's the Echo kit doing, James?
How's the what, my friend?
I thought you bought some little Airco, an air cooler system.
Oh, air cooler! Oh, it's fantastic. I've had it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm
I couldn't understand
just chilling
exactly
here. Really good. Yeah, I recommend that. Go and watch that video, man. It's really good in this heat. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I've got it on next to me, Tango.
Okay.
You landed down there, Tango? Dan? Are you landing?
Just coming up to Bournemouth Airport. So I would suggest we try and land as close to the air traffic control tower as we can. Just see how accurate you can get, because this is your last chance to practice your landings for accuracy before the next landing.
All the beeps are going on.
You probably can't land on top.
Go on, Tango, you can.
Go on, you can try, mate.
At least try. Here we go.
Buildings and collisions. I tried landing on the non-model 7 bridge earlier and fell halfway through.
What's that, Dan? Say that again, I missed that.
I tried to land on the 7 bridge. I can't believe I haven't modelled for 7 bridge. Either of them.
No. Yeah, I'm really disappointed they haven't.
That is disappointing, yeah.
It
But
is in the
Just
UK.
see cavalry falling through the roof.
It is in the orbit scenery, 7th bridge.
Ah, okay.
I think.
Is it old school? Does it have the toll bridge on there?
Toll's not there anymore, we don't have to pay.
I know, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's paid for itself. So, Bournemouth Airport used to be Herne Airport. This may come as a surprise because we're about 100 miles away from London, but from 1944 to 1946 this was classed as London's international airport. Because It was the only airport. Yeah, it was the only airport with a runway long enough, and of good quality enough. Like the quality was good enough for for passenger airlines at the time. I mean, you've got to remember that they were a lot smaller then. But yeah, and then someone decided to build Heathrow. So yeah, for 2 years, Bournemouth or Herne, as it was then, was the international airport for London. It's also the local stop-off point for the Red Arrows when they're doing displays down in this area. And there's a dedicated concrete strip along the airfield that the road runs past, where they all park up again in formation, so everybody can drive past and see them.
Not very solid, right?
What the control tower? No, it's not solid at all.
Oh, right, true.
And just following on from what James said about let's try and get more women involved. Herne was the site where the first British female air traffic control operator was stationed. The lady called Yvonne Pope Sintes, and she went on to become the first British female commercial airline captain.
Wow. Oh, wonderful. Nice career.
I mean, you can imagine, you're there as the first woman. You know, you can't fuck this shit up.
Yeah,
that's decent.
A lot of pressure. A lot of
Must have been really hard for her, yeah.
Thanks for it, Nummy.
Seth Forever there in the chat. Just got your honeycomb yolk. Do you know the best sensitivity? Go and check one of my videos, my friend. I've done a few on the honeycomb yolk. Oh, actually, chaps, a few of you have the honeycomb. Can you recommend sensitivities? Can't remember mine offhand.
I don't think I've ever changed mine.
I don't think I've changed mine either, to be honest.
Hey, Tango.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty close to
any bridges yet?
zero.
No, only real small bridges. Not suitable. Oh well, maybe next time.
Susie, say again that.
I'm sorry, it was just on the sensitivity thing. I think mine's is very, very close. I think it's maybe just 1% under in each settings.
Oh, 1% under. Oh no, let's talk about the honeycomb, the XPC or Alpha.
Right, sorry.
I don't think it. No, I've not changed mine. I don't think, Seth. But yeah, I can take a look later.
I just followed the SimHanger video when I first got it a year ago. I haven't changed it since.
Yeah, Mark does great videos on the Alpha, yeah, for sure.
Right,
okay.
So how do we do? Is everybody ready for the next bit?
Yep.
Oh, I
Let's go to the lighthouse.
So we're heading off around about 124 degrees, and we're heading over the most expensive water crossing per mile in the world, and we're heading over to the Isle of Wight.
Blue.
Or, as everyone calls it, the island.
The Pile of...
Isle of Wight. I flew over that once and landed.
Very nice.
Give the heading again there, Dave. Was it 120?
124 or thereabouts.
Thanks.
Got 127 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the island has got so many cliffs around it, hasn't it?
And we're heading to the right-hand side as we look at it of the island.
The very right-hand side.
The very, very right-hand side.
Now, Soapy, you live in Portsmouth. You can see the Isle of Wight from Portsmouth quite clearly, can't you?
Yes, you can, from the top of the hill over Portsdown Hill. you can see it. If on a summer's day, Portsmouth looks absolutely gorgeous from the top of Portsdown Hill when it's sun shining on it. When it's raining, it looks dismal. But
I have to say, I was just to add to that, Soapy, Portsmouth looks fantastic from Bournemouth because you can't see it.
It's not the prettiest of places. All right. The Luftwaffe made quite a good job of getting rid of some of it. They didn't do enough in some places, so there's still lots of old, sort of naval and dockyard workers' houses, which streets are very closely packed and that sort of thing.
They bombed Portsmouth and caused £3.50's worth of damage.
Portsmouth has been very much rebuilt. Very many of the university students there. It's a university city now.
Well, they make them build their own accommodation now before they're allowed to stay there.
Got a very famous ship there, hasn't it, David Soapy?
Well, several ships. They've got HMS Victory, of course, which was Nelson's flagship, but they've also got HMS Warrior, which was one of the first steam-stroke sailing ships with a conning tower for the sailing master, and that's a very good ship to look around. It's got the bulkheads are about 10 feet thick, and quite a big vessel, and it was really what's the word we would use today? A disruptor in naval warfare. So that's a good one to go and see.
Right.
So Warrior and I had my wife's 50th birthday party in Warrior. I knew the guy who was the sort of the sailing master, as he was called at that time. He was basically the master of ceremonies, and it was absolutely fabulous. And when we came on board, it was a day like today or this evening. And when my wife's name's Penny, and when she came up the brow, they had a flag hoist which was run up which said "Happy Birthday, Penny." It was really lovely, really lovely.
Ah, lovely, lovely.
And we have the Mary Rose there.
Yeah, the Mary Rose, yes, as well. Of course, she wasn't available for many years because they had to, well, they say dry it out, but in fact they had to keep it wet, and they injected it with all sorts of waxes and things to preserve it. But it's now under a purpose-built building, and you can go in there and get right in close and personal to all of you can see the decks. It's a half of a ship, if you like, or a half-ish bit of a ship. And you could see everything in there, and some of the artifacts that they found were absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. It's the Belfast, is it?
That's London now. That's London.
That's on the Thames.
That's in the Pool of London.
My dad used to drive for BP, and he used to take me as a kid.
Yeah.
The Belfast. That was a prison ship. And he used to tell me when I was a kid, if you're a bad boy, that's where you're going.
A prison ship?
Yeah, it was. It was stuck in Belfast.
And they took the prisoners off to where?
Anywhere. No, that's when internment. You didn't have to do anything. So.
Yeah, we
be a bad boy, and you were put in the
up until recently, we had a prison ship down here in Portland.
There were loads.
It just wasn't a nice sight, to be honest.
It used to be that the Britannia Royal Naval College were actually two old hulks, which were ex-prison ships. That was the first college was set up there before they built the building. If you've never seen the building, that Britannia Royal Naval College is a beautiful sight.
I must.
Top of the hill. at Dartmouth.
You know, it sort of sticks in my memory that they used to my dad used to say, you know, you're a bad boy, that's where you go. So.
Were you often bad?
Not really, no. No,
everyone's a winner.
It was there. It was there, and my dad drove for BP. He drove petrol tankers for BP.
Right.
And he took me up and down so many times. You know, that was the prison ship. You didn't have to do anything. Just had to look the wrong way at people, and that's where you went.
We just got KHS in chat there. Hi all, very
That's
lovely.
right,
It's lovely, yes.
Just looks back, but if you've got live weather and live time on, if you look back in the direction we've just come from, with the sun's just about to set, it looks lovely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Will we get to our destination in daylight, Dave? Do you know?
Yeah.
I think so.
I've planned this.
Right.
I might not have planned it well, but I've planned it.
That's lovely so far.
I love you, bro.
Right, so you can probably guess where we're heading to.
Yeah, a lighthouse.
Can we light on the lighthouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can land here, yeah?
Are we
So-
not taking turns to land, or are we just landing with everyone on top of each other?
Wow.
I was going to say you can land if there are not 30 helicopters there.
Yeah,
Make
so
sure I'm first then.
if you're feeling brave, give it a go. If not, there's a grassy area on the main sort of chunk of the island.
I was hoping you were going to say there was a cafe next door or something. You get a nice coffee or something. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare to land on. Blimey, look at the size of that.
It is doable.
Have a go. Have a go at it.
I mean, this is the Needles, isn't it? The Needles
This
out
is-
of the,
yeah, the Needles,
Isle of
yeah.
Wight.
Yeah, those are the needles you can see to the.
Fine, there's needless.
But why would you land a helicopter there, though, in real life?
Wow.
Or
Where are you going to go?
To get the lighthouse
Get
keeper there.
Get you some. Yeah. I mean, the lighthouse is automated now, but
I'm on top
Yeah,
of it. Who's next?
Is that Tango down?
Just get me.
Tango's on, yeah?
Wingman's on top. Another somebody else.
Oh,
I'm
Wingman's
moving
on.
off.
Well
moving
done.
off so
Well
y'all can get
done.
in.
Well done.
oh,
Oops. Again.
Oh. Theo's having a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of up and down going on. It's beautiful.
Can't see the thing anymore. All right, here we are. Here we go. Try again.
I'm going to record this because it's beautiful. This is kind of what I thought, like, getting in helicopters is a bit extreme. I don't know if you've seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be like that. Oh, we got a couple of landings, yeah?
That just came in full throttle.
Oh, man down. Red Ruffs.
Oops. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, two more. Come on.
oh, it's mental.
Yep, number 4.
I wonder if the helicopters interfere with ground effect.
I bet they do. And with each other. Number 5.
Fun. This is fun just to watch
Number
the cover
6.
and watch this.
Oh, I'm down, I'm on.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is very,
Wow.
very wrong.
Come on, Alan. Come on.
How do the Americans describe it? A cluster fest or something, don't they?
Yes.
I believe it's called a cluster fornication.
I'm sure making a lot of noise.
I mean, it had to be done, and I had to throw this in.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, that takes some going down.
Landing there, people.
Come on.
That was wonderful.
There's some hanging off the side and everywhere else. They're all stacked in there. We'll go to 407 over.
Hey!
Somebody pushed me off.
that was me.
Amazing.
Another one bites the dust.
Going in chance. I was just wondering, airport code we're at.
Echo Golf Lima Tango. We've got one more stop to make at Echo Golf Hotel Foxtrot.
It says on the door 1858 round the bottom.
What on the? Yeah, well, it was built in 1859, so I think they completed it in 1859, but it was automated in 1994. But those of you that have landed on the main island, on the grassy bit, you've just landed on the testing site for the Black Knight and Black Arrow intercontinental ballistic missile engines.
Wow. Are you down there?
The people of the island, you know, very not respected then, I guess.
Well, that was in the when was that in the 60s? So I mean, it's all national trust now.
There you go. That'll do. Bit of a bounce, but it will do.
Oh, so I'm reading a warning label. It says no diving allowed.
For helicopters.
I'm quite impressed, James, that you've managed to land a bonanza on top of that. It's quite some skill.
It's quite incredible. You never knew I could do that, did you?
No idea at all.
No diving, no heavy petting.
Okay, Dave, the daylight's fading quick. Shall we get a move on?
Yeah. So if we head off on a heading of about 50 degrees.
58, is it? Was it?
Let's have a look.
I think that's 58 if I can read it. It's hard to read with the sunlight. 58, yeah.
Yeah, 58. Yeah.
Thank you, Nigel, in the chat there. Great camera work. I do try. Alan Cook UK. It's great having the UK bird pack, seeing all the seagulls flying around the rocks, along with the helis. Ah, I don't have that pack. Anybody else have that?
I've got that.
Wing
Yeah.
it,
Nope.
got it. Like it.
Yeah, and I've got the sea vessels package as well. So it's quite nice because you see them all coming up the Solent.
Yeah, I have that. It's really nice.
I have to
Yeah.
try that. Yeah.
It often comes into sale, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And there's some ships you can land on as well.
Yeah.
I've got to say, before this stream, most of us were novices. We probably still are, but we can consider ourselves experts after that one, I think.
I don't know about you guys, but Red Ruff, have you got some mic issues?
Has he? Okay.
Okay, my helicopter sounds like a tractor. Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
my
pretty much
tractor
same.
flew like a
Yeah,
helicopter.
yeah, mine does.
I've got 6% fuel left. Do you think I'm going to get back?
Gonna be close.
You made me fly last night till I was almost out of fuel, so go for it, big boy.
I made you fly. I gave you life-saving instructions. I didn't make you fly, mate. You know. I even gave you directions to a closer airport that had, that had fuel. And now it's like, no, I'm gonna try and make it. You know.
That's the latest excuse. Huh? I made you fly. I made you fly.
I have to concede. Dan makes me fly a lot, according to my wife.
For those of you who are watching it, sorry, for those of you watching at home, you're getting a heck of a view here. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Places to live, isn't there?
That's a great excuse. Somebody made me fly.
I always blame our friend Pete for whenever I buy another aircraft, but he didn't stop me, So he refuses to accept responsibility. If he decides to go on holiday for 2 weeks, I haven't bought Airwolf. No, Pete wants to buy Airwolf, but he's not going to buy it until I buy it, so that he can blame me for buying it. So
who do I get to blame from buying it?
Pete's a friend I fly with a lot, and he's unfortunately he's not normally allowed on until 9 o'clock in the evening. So.
Oh dear.
He's married. He said.
Yeah.
Just in case he thought it was a kid, I just wanted to say that.
That's funny. He's not allowed on.
Not allowed till 9 o'clock.
Sorry.
He'll be here shortly.
Funny, in my house, they just say, "Aren't you going flying?"
Yeah, I get that.
I think it's more it's more to do with Xbox is plugged into the TV in the front room. I've just got a message from him. He says, "I'm online now." So if he starts watching video, he'll
You can't say anything about him. He's watching.
Yeah.
Crossroads and EastEnders take precedence, do they?
My excuse was it's
too
Coronation
hot to take the
Coronation Street and EastEnders take precedence.
Yeah.
Tell me this: who doesn't watch the soaps?
Me.
Come on,
I don't.
big people.
I don't watch them. I don't.
Me, I don't watch it at all. I don't even have a TV license.
Until they're over.
Likewise, I don't have a TV license.
Pete, what do you mean by the soaps?
Emmerdale and Coronation.
Emmerdale. Sorry, what is that?
She's a lovely lady, Emmerdale.
Hey, I was brought up in that.
What in Emmerdale?
I got it.
Oh, I was brought up Coronation Street. Come on.
No.
Nice.
I was brought up Coronation Street.
Brought up what? Eating a sandwich.
Someone's chloroformed him.
He was foaming at the mouth at the word of coronation street.
You're nowhere near HMS Belfast, are you, by any chance?
Yeah, to be quite honest, I'm not too far from it. What went wrong?
Yeah.
I just like my soaps. I don't fly from 8 o'clock.
Yeah, watching TV leaves less time for flying. So
he took down. Can I say something?
You can say something. I
This
couldn't
is
stop
between you and me. My
I'm
flying
the
is
best
getting.
of the internet.
Yeah. My flying is getting. It's terrible because I want to go flying before I even walk the dog. How's that?
You did what?
Before I walk the dog. Yeah, I want to
All
go
right.
flying. Yeah. It's. There you go.
Oh, who's just lost dived? Oh, someone just nose-dived into the sea there.
Really? Oh dear.
Well, I'm flying over the sea, and it was saying that I got minus 61 foot of altitude. It's just quite impressive.
Yeah, it's
You have a dog, right?
Yeah, reset my barometer
Would
a
you
little bit. There we go.
you put your flying before the dog? Come on, tell me the truth.
Soapy, whereabouts are you? Are you close to Solent, or are you further over towards Portsmouth?
I'm behind the pack.
Oh no, I meant in
real life.
Where do I
In
live?
real life, yeah.
I live in Waterlooville, so if you if you go straight away from the coast,
yeah,
and up the hill and over the hill, then we're just there.
It's quite a wealthy part, that, Soapy, isn't it? I know a bit of Portsmouth.
Not where I live. It's not. But the Waterlooville was actually established when, they came back from Waterloo. Basically, they set up huge camps and things there, and there was thereafter called Waterlooville. Got some lovely pictures of the places it developed. It's called the original village or something, and it's slightly different than it looks now. It's not exactly the most exclusive area of Portsmouth.
Anywhere particular we're landing?
The airfield.
Yeah.
By the tower?
Yeah, there's a couple of helipads near the tower, so there's as good a place as any. Oh, and oh no, because I've got the airport add-on, but
I can't see any helipads, but yeah.
Is that Echo Golf Hotel Foxtrot landing? Yes.
Foxtrot, that's the one. Yep. But yeah, so this is Solent Airport, or HMS Daedalus, as it was.
Yeah.
Was owned by Fleet Air Arm. Was a seaplane base in 1917, and then became the training and admin centre for the Fleet Air Arm. It's now used as the base for the Coast Guard on the south coast.
I was up for timing. I just ran out of fuel.
Oh, well done.
Oh, no.
You just got down, have you?
Yeah, I just got down. Yeah, I was about 300 foot altitude. Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Did you drop the
In 2006, they were doing routine maintenance on one of the runways, and they found a live landmine, which had been buried underneath the runway. So in the event of a German invasion, they could have blown up the runway. So you think all these planes have been landing on it for the last 60 years or so. They then thought they'd better check the rest of the airfield and found another 19 unexploded bombs buried under the ground.
Yeah, I spent 3 years there as a young apprentice. radio electrical artificer.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah.
At Daedalus, and it's a good place, great place. Did the Brickwoods field gun crew there, that sort of stuff. Great fun. And of course,
airfield.
Say again.
It's a fantastic little airfield.
Yeah, it is. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say you're a very brave man doing a field gun thing.
So, say again.
You were a very brave man doing the field gun thing. I've only seen it done.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the Earl's Court version. It was called the Brickwoods field gun. We used the same gun, but it was all done on the ground, if you know what I mean. We didn't sort of throw it over a chasm and things. I mean, they were nutters, those guys. But they did do the Fleet Air Arm, who often did well, of course, because they were ashore a lot of the time at air stations, rather than being off in ships and things like that. So they had a very good crew there, and they used to practice every lunchtime. So we used to go up and watch them. Absolutely mad they were. Absolutely mad.
Yeah.
If people don't know what you're talking about, go and look it up online. The Navy field gun thing. It's amazing.
Yeah, they still do it. I don't think I've seen it for a long time.
There are a pair of, I think there's still a pair of teams that operate on South Sea Front during the summer, you know, when the tourists are in and that sort of thing. And they're ex-field gunners, you know, who used to serve in the Navy, no longer, but they do it as volunteers sort of thing. But apart from that, no. But I mean, they were absolutely, talk about fit. I mean, just amazing fitness.
Is that what you do competition?
Say again?
Did he not do a competition for the field gunners?
Yes. That was up at Earl's Court.
Yeah.
That was for the grown-ups basically. But we, as an apprentice, we used to just do teams, as I say, which did runs on the ground. We had a competition. All the stations, you know, all the establishments used to do it.
David, this is our last stop, isn't it?
Last stop, yep.
What a lovely flight, and the singing, it was fantastic.
Yeah, very nice, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, that was really good.
Good fun, thanks Dave.
Okay, and Chans is not here today, what a shame, he would have loved this one.
Yeah, where is
I don't know what the next flight is. But I think Mark's doing one in a couple of weeks. Or a week, maybe, next week?
Next week, I think,
Thank you
James.
again. I did a nice flight as well. I enjoyed myself as well.
Well done, Susie.
You done well.
You did well.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
Next week,
100%.
I think Mark, you check his server. I think Mark's next week. I'm not sure when our next one, but Steve will keep us posted. Thanks very much, guys. Oh, someone's really zooming past that. Thanks very much, Dave, and thanks very much, guys. Lovely flight. And come and join us, those at home. We need more. I'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Cheers,
James.
guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, James.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, Dave.
I'll say good night, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Dave, for doing this.
That's right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, Dave. Excellent flight.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
giving
all
me
the
a good
watching
grasp.
in Discord as well. Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it. Cheers.
No worries. Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you so much.